claims against Mr. Baldoni and the lead producer on the film of repeated sexual harassment and other disturbing behaviour. Now, in more detail, these allegations relate to things like his discussion of his pornography addiction, his discussion of his genitalia, and entering her trailer uninvited, including when she was undressed or breastfeeding. They have categorically denied that there was any sexual harassment on set.
Was there a coordinated smear campaign to bring down Blake Lively?
100% no. Justin Baldoni from the get-go said, I don't want to do anything negative toward her.
Justin Baldoni has found himself at the center of a whirlwind of controversy recently, and yet since the very beginning of these allegations and the ensuing drama, he has remained completely silent. It's hard not to wonder how someone can endure so much scrutiny and still manage to maintain their composure. His calm demeanor in the face of such turbulence has become the talk of the town, with many praising him for his ability to stay grounded and dignified. But what's really going on behind the scenes? How does someone navigate such a storm without saying a word? Let's dive into the story of Justin Baldoni and explore what his silence might truly mean. In December of last year, the entertainment world was rocked when Blake Lively filed a lawsuit against Justin Baldoni, accusing him of harassment and involvement in a smear campaign. The allegations were serious, and the public waited with bated breath for Baldoni's response. But instead of rushing to defend himself in the media, Justin did something unexpected. He stayed silent. Not a single public statement, no interviews, no social media posts, just silence.
The first part is this sexual harassment element, but the second part is this smear campaign. Now, she alleges that Mr. Baldoni's team created this smear campaign to prevent her from publicly outing what was happening during filming. Obviously, Mr. Baldoni and his lawyers completely deny this, but essentially the lawsuit says that Baldoni orchestrated a plan to destroy her reputation in the press and online, including hiring a crisis manager who led a sophisticated, coordinated, and well-financed retaliation plan.
Then, in mid-January, the bombshell dropped. Justin Baldoni's legal team filed a counter lawsuit presenting evidence that not only refuted Lively's claims, but also exposed critical gaps in her case. The counter lawsuit was meticulously crafted, effectively nullifying the allegations against him. Yet, even after this legal victory, Justin still didn't step into the spotlight. He didn't hold a press conference, didn't give any interviews, and didn't address the situation publicly. But while all of this has been unfolding, and Justin Baldoni has remained silent, maintaining his composure, there's one person who has stepped into the spotlight on his behalf. His lawyer, Brian Friedman. Known for his deep understanding of the law and his no-nonsense approach, Friedman has been the voice for Baldoni throughout this entire ordeal. Instead of pushing Justin to face the media or make public statements, Friedman has taken charge, strategically navigating the legal battlefield and speaking out in defense of his client.
Are you going to sue Blake Lively too?
Into oblivion, Megan. Wait till you see this lawsuit. It's going to be the kind of lawsuit that is full of evidence, admissions, documents, which prove exactly what she did and how she bullied her way through the process to take over the movie and used her PR people to try and destroy Justin. And that's what it's going to be, essentially about. But there will be a number of causes of action.
Justin Baldoni's silence throughout this entire ordeal has been nothing short of remarkable. While the storm raged on around him, he maintained his composure, refusing to be drawn into the chaos. And now, as the case unfolds, we're seeing a gradual shift in public perception. Slowly but surely, the narrative is turning in Baldoni's favor. Social media and influencers, who once buzzed with speculation, are now directing their criticism toward Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds. Questions are being raised about their handling of the case, with many pointing out inconsistencies and questioning their motives.
Anywhere near social media, this project has been controversial from the start. But here's where things get interesting. During the press interviews, Blake's behavior caught everyone's attention, and not in a good way. The internet started picking up on what they perceived was uncomfortable body language, dismissive responses, and just a general lack of enthusiasm for the project. Number one was blaming Justin for the interview backlash, instead of addressing the actual concerns of the people about her behavior. They tried to shift the blame onto Justin. Now, let me break down why this was such a massive mistake for her. First, we live in an age where everything is recorded. Everything. The internet has the best detectives. The interviews are also right there for everyone to see. So when you try to blame someone else for something that's clearly visible, you're not just fighting public opinion, you're fighting video evidence. Even if Justin had shared these videos to the public, these were still her actions. So what happened? People started making side-by-side comparisons of the interviews, breaking down every interaction, every gesture. And you know what happens when the internet starts doing detective work? Well, they find out everything.
That's when things took a dramatic turn in Justin Baldoni's favor. Social media influencers and prominent voices like Megyn Kelly, Candace Owens, Brett Cooper, and several others began to rally behind him, joining forces to support his legal pursuit. These influential figures didn't just offer their backing, they dug deep, uncovering every detail and scrutinizing the case against Blake Lively. Candace Owens, for example, took a deep dive into the alleged timeline of events, meticulously exposing what she claimed were lies and hidden intentions behind Blake Lively's actions. Through her platform, she laid out a compelling case, suggesting that Lively's motives were less about seeking justice and more about defaming Justin Baldoni. Her analysis resonated with the public, making it increasingly clear that there was more to the story than initially met the eye. But it didn't stop there. Brian Friedman, Baldoni's powerhouse attorney, took Candace's findings and strategically incorporated that very timeline into the amended lawsuit against Lively. This move not only strengthened Baldoni's legal position, but also turned the tables in a dramatic way.
Yesterday on Friday, Brian Friedman, Justin Baldoni's lawyer, amended their lawsuit against Blake Lively, and they included the New York Times data, which we showed you guys on the show. And what's really cool about it, TMZ is reporting it and some other outlets, is the fact that Brian Friedman is giving credit to the internet sleuths. Like, typically they leave us out. It's like the moms hunting, us sending emails, you guys sending me emails at info@candace.com, and all of us discussing it. And typically they just like cut you out and they're like, oh, we discovered this. No, Brian Friedman says, due to public interest in this case.
Similarly, Megyn Kelly also stepped into the fray, taking Justin Baldoni's side and addressing the false accusations made by Blake Lively. One of the most shocking claims Lively had made was that Baldoni had shown her pornography. But Kelly, known for her no-nonsense approach, set the record straight. She revealed that the image in question was far from what Lively had alleged. It was actually a picture of Baldoni and his business partner holding his child in a bathtub after a home birth. Kelly didn't hold back, pointing out how Lively had twisted this innocent, deeply personal moment to fit her narrative. She called out the absurdity of the claim, asking the public how anyone could interpret such a heartfelt image as anything other than what it was: a father bonding with his newborn child.
She accused his producing partner of showing her pornography. Then they produced in his lawsuit against her a picture of the alleged pornography, and it was a beautiful, artistic, absolutely non-pornographic shot of his business partner and his wife with their newborn baby in a bathtub after a bathtub birth, an at-home birth, holding one another. You can't see any body parts. You can just see that two people clearly are in a bathtub holding their baby. Just here's yet another one. She wants us to believe this is actionable harassment, what we just witnessed there.
Brett Cooper, on the same note, didn't hold back either. She alleged that this kind of behavior from Blake Lively wasn't something new. It was, in fact, a page straight out of her husband Ryan Reynolds' playbook. Cooper pointed out that this time, however, the strategy backfired spectacularly. She claimed that Lively's actions were part of a calculated move to gain complete control, rewriting scripts, overhauling the promotional campaign, and even pushing to have Justin Baldoni removed from the movie entirely. Cooper's allegations painted a picture of a power play gone wrong. According to her, Lively's intentions weren't just about the lawsuit, they were about asserting dominance and reshaping the project to her liking. But instead of achieving her goals, the plan unraveled, exposing the tactics behind the scenes and turning public opinion against her.
Blake Lively stepped in, didn't like what Justin was doing with the film. She wanted to be in control. She wanted to drive this. She wanted to do her florals and make her chick flick. So she and Ryan Reynolds elbowed their way in, took over the entire production, rewrote scenes, re-edited the film, changed the entire marketing strategy, and are now hoping to kick Justin Baldoni off of his own thing. But unfortunately for Blake Lively, it is not the Me Too era anymore. It is not 2015, 2014 anymore. People have woken up to the manipulation and the weaponization of Me Too. We think far more critical.
Justin Baldoni's silence throughout this entire controversy has been nothing short of masterful. In an era where public figures often rush to defend themselves in the court of public opinion, Baldoni's decision to remain quiet was a strategic move that spoke volumes. By not engaging in the noise, he allowed the truth to surface organically, and in doing so, he shaped public opinion in a way that ultimately favored him. His composure and restraint became a testament to his character, making it clear that he was not interested in fueling the drama, but rather in seeking justice through the proper channels. Social media played a pivotal role in turning the tide. Influencers like Megyn Kelly, Candace Owens, and Brett Cooper didn't just support Baldoni, they became his voice, dissecting the case and exposing the flaws in Blake Lively's allegations. Candace Owens, for instance, meticulously broke down the timeline, revealing inconsistencies that painted Lively's claims in a questionable light. Megyn Kelly dismantled the shocking accusation about the bathtub photo, showing how an innocent moment had been twisted into something malicious. Brett Cooper went further, alleging that Lively's actions were part of a broader power play to control the project and push Baldoni out. Together, these voices created a groundswell of support for Baldoni, shifting the narrative from one of accusation to one of vindication. Social media became a battleground where facts were laid bare, and public opinion began to sway in Baldoni's favor. The collective effort of these influencers not only exposed the truth, but also highlighted the dangers of weaponizing allegations for personal gain. In the end, Justin Baldoni's silence was his greatest strength. It allowed the facts to speak for themselves and gave space for others to rally behind him. This case serves as a powerful reminder of the impact of integrity, strategy, and the role of social media in shaping modern-day narratives. Baldoni didn't just win the legal battle, he won the hearts and minds of the public, proving that sometimes saying nothing at all can be the most powerful statement of all. What do you think of Justin Baldoni? Do you believe his composure and patience were key to maintaining his innocence and allowing the truth to come to light? Or do you think this was all part of a larger strategy, a calculated move to counter what some are calling a smear campaign against Blake Lively? Let us know your thoughts in the comments section below. Make sure to stay tuned for more updates on this dramatic legal battle. The story is far from over, and with every twist and turn, it seems to only get more intriguing. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for all the latest updates. Until next time, keep the conversation going.